concludes the first half. Bucks ahead, ending the second quarter on a 14-6 run. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It's Milwaukee with the advantage at the half. They have a 6-point lead. And we'll go to Kenny first. What'd you see out there?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot. And that's what you want. Subs who are ready to produce the moment they step on the floor.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the visiting team.
Their transition game was really strong. It really fueled them, gave them a big injection of energy into the offense. If they can maintain that fast style in the second half, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Redick. He's got 14 points assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Griffin is out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's Mayo. Then it's James Johnson. And it's Booker in at the one spot. Los Angeles calls timeout coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, they were just pounded on the inside, particularly on that backboard. That was a huge disadvantage. advantage for them.
Well, that's always a disadvantage when you get blasted on the glass. They needed to do a much better job of getting inside position. And if you can't do that, it's going to be a long day on the backboards.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. To the inside. Here's Parker. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And that's 11 points for Jabari Parker. Los Angeles calls timeout. You look at J.J. Redick. What a contribution.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Crawford comes in for O.J. Mayo. And Chris Paul subbed in for Booker. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they come in off the loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
Yeah, they were in a funk from the field in that game. Credit the defense, though, because even when they got open looks, no rhythm to knock them down.
Hey, guys, every team has a night like that on occasion. It happens. Heck, we call them gong games. You just want to hit the gong, forget about them, and move on.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo following the miss by Griffin. Antetokounmpo dishes to Parker. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's Johnson. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 5 assists in the game. Carter Williams with it. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. For Milwaukee, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. Los Angeles trails by 11. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. To the middle. It's tipped. Parker with the steal. And now here comes...
We've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum. Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Paul kicks to Johnson. Can they get it? And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut back down to 13 points, and that one coming from Cauley-Stein.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Yeah, a quick 2-game series between the two teams, one in each club's home building.
Well, looky here. We've got an inter-conference matchup. Always interesting to see how two teams match up that don't get a chance to see a whole lot of one another.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He told the team he wanted to run their offense through Parker. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. He also wants to see a patient offense, work for the shot, move the ball around, and as he told them, quote, if you don't see a good shot, find someone who does. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Griffin against Parker. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. From long range or short, the small forwards on this list have been on target for the past 10 games, leading their position in field goal percentage. The fifth best, Jabari Parker.
And that is such an efficient group offensively. That really is the best way to describe them. I mean, they never force anything and always wait for the right shot.
And, Greg, you can't post the kinds of percentages they do unless you operate that way. I mean, you can't be undisciplined at the small forward spot if you hope to be an efficient shooter.
Here's Cauley-Stein. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Johnson can't get it to go.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Redick passes to Carter Williams. To the paint. Here's Davis. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop and at an ideal time. I mean, they're poised for a terrific crunch time run here.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Redick dishes to Carter Williams. From 11 feet away, that's tipped, and they're able to recover. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And the Bucks with some changes. Austin Rivers comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Fox in for Carter Williams. And here is Los Angeles now. 19-point game. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. And I'm sure they're anxious to get back home, as that will be game 6 of this 7-game road trip. Now here's Johnson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Fox kicks to Davis. With the teardrop, Johnson with the block. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And there's the lay-in. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
That's good. 15 points for Parker.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Now here's Griffin. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Rivers against Johnson. Now here's Rivers. Not a lot of room. Lays it up and banks it in. Rivers has got 9.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
And the Bucks making a change here. Young's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Mayo comes in for Johnson. And it's Booker in for Jamal Crawford. Fox kicks to Parker. To the inside. Rivers. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker. And 11 points for Austin Rivers.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint. And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for Paul. He's right around 9 points a night, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. And to be honest, not quite the numbers you've come to expect from a player of his caliber.
Well, you know, it's been a topsy-turvy stretch for him. I mean, but don't worry, team. He'll be back to beasting in no time.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That one is off. He hits the second from the line. A minute 42 left in the third. Fox kicks to Davis, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Chicago. Here in the early part of the season, they've acquired the 3rd best record in the conference. And, of course, Milwaukee. They find themselves...
For Milwaukee, they've started the season on a high note. We thought it may take a while for them to kind of find their groove, but it doesn't look like they're going anywhere here or any concerns about growing pains.
No, I agree with you. I mean, their game and their style is already fully developed. They look rock solid to me.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Let's bring out the 2K leaderboard to see the best up-tempo teams in the league.
And that's a fun category. Most fans love that kind of up-tempo offense, and these guys are the best in the game playing that style.
Here's Rivers. No good on the quick 3.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Mayo, the pass to Booker. The dish to Griffin. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
First trip to the line for him here. That's good from Blake Griffin. And the Bucks making a change here. Ezeli's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Kaminsky comes in for Cauley Stein. And Smith subbed in for Paul. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Rivers. He's got 11. The pass to Ezeli. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you've come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
For Los Angeles, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Mayo hits them both. 44 seconds left to play here in the third. Rivers passes to Fox. Kicks to Ezeli. It's taken away by Smith. And now the fast break. Kaminsky with the ball. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Bielitsa, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. And Young slams it home.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Mayo into the lane. Good D by Parker.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Russ Smith. That's his second personal foul. Third team foul.
Passes it to Fox. Tries again. Good. Fox has got 6. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Bucks ahead, running away with it. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
And that'll make a pair of turnovers for him in just the last few minutes. So he's got to be a little bit more deliberate with the ball out there.
The Bucks shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. They grab their own miss, lure, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address. You know, he just like every other coach can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
That was a good time to call a timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
James Johnson.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Clearly a mental lapse and at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time, but it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Brown. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Milwaukee, Jabari Brown. at the line for two.
No good on that one. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And he's good on the second. And Los Angeles guys shooting 47%, pretty solid. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Stauskas is out there with James Johnson. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then it's Crawford. And it's Smith in at the 1. The Bucks shooting an incredible 64% from the field in this game. Bucks passing it around. Crawford with the steal. Cauley Stein dishes to Stauskas, launches it, and yes, sir, that one drops. Stauskas has got 5 points now in the quarter.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. It's Brown on the wing. To the left side wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Stauskas. And it's Lure with the rebound. The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is, and so they will award the basket there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Paul comes in for Smith. That'll be a 5-second call.
You know, that turnover right there isn't typical of the performance he's turned in today. In fact, that's his only turnover of the game. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Brown outside. Hits the three-point bomb.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket. Coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Paul, right wing. There's the screen. Shoots a fader. No good. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Pass to Fox. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Bucks, Fox. 2 shots.
That one is off. And the second free throw, good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Paul kicks to Crawford. Back to Paul. Dishes to Cauley Stein. Paul passes to Griffin. That doesn't go either for Griffin.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim. Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Nick Stauskas is checked in for Jamal Crawford. That one is no good.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Here's Brown, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Here's Stauskas. And Cauley Stein has it in the corner. Pass to Paul. Los Angeles with another miss.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
He misses the free throw. Los Angeles making a switch here. Bielitsa's checked in.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second. Here's Paul. Feeds it to Stauskas. He dishes it to Cauley Stein. Here's Stauskas. He's covered by Brown. The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. The feed to Lure. Brown with it. Chris Paul covering. Bucks passing it around. Here's Fox. And again, the Bucks miss. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Griffin dishes to Stauskas. The shot no good. On offense, here are the Bucks. They're on a 9-1 run right now. It's intercepted. He feeds it to Cauley Stein. Here's Fox. Brown outside. And Cauley Stein over to help. Here's Fox. Off target from three-point range.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
He kicks to Brown. Fox passes to Brown. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Jabari Brown. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Ezeli's checked in for the Bucks. Austin Rivers comes in for Fox. And then for Los Angeles, Kaminsky, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Mayo comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Booker in for Stauskas. And Brown drops them both. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's the screen. Paul kicks to Bielitsa. Here's Booker. And the rejection by Ezeli. And stolen by Mayo. Here's Booker. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Here's Rivers. On the wing, Brown. Bender, guarded by Mayo. And taken away by Paul. Here's Booker. And that one's good.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Bucks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Rivers kicks to Lure. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Lure's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
The pass to Bielitsa. 3-pointer. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
Milwaukee with the ball. Rivers with it. Now Mayo defending. Here's Lure. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
And Los Angeles guys shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. The drive by Paul. They swipe it.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bucks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a two-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Parker. And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Check out the game for Brown. He's got 8 points, and he's put one three-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
That free throw, no good. Both teams deciding to change it up. Good on the second free throw. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Now here's Paul. It's Crawford on the wing. Off the mark and a bad shot there. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 20-7 run. To the left wing. Here's Rivers, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
That's his fourth. At the line for your Bucks, Austin Rivers. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Rivers. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Paul against Fox. Now the dish to Rivers. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, so is Shaquille O'Neal. Time now for some highlights as we take a look at our Jordan player of the game.
A ton of his points were coming inside the hoop. It really speaks to how aggressive he was in this game. If there was a path to the hoop, he was attacking. Love that kind of mindset in a backcourt or a wing player.
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a bright spot for them because, they had a very rough stretch of games. It's been a while since their last win, and he was not content on playing a supporting role and letting them lose another one. He came on strong, took over, and put an end to the losing streak.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the visiting squad as they go up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, we've kind of waited and waited for this team to come together and start producing, but it just hasn't happened. And now we've gotten pretty deep into the season, so time's not on their side. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special happen at the end of the year.
Excellent use of the word mundane, by the way. How about you, Shaq?
Well, Monday, experience told me when you need to go hard and when you need to pull back. You know, the best veterans will be there when it matters the most.
That's mundane, not
okay, I thought he said Monday.
Like mundane, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Got it, my bad.
Two different things.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Glad to have you with us. We're broadcasting live from Boston, the home of the Celtics. And, of course, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. They will definitely miss his contributions.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, Kevin, they didn't just let him go for nothing. They got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
And that's the idea. You know, you want to build a foundation on which this team can continue to move upward. So certainly some fans unhappy to see him go, but fans will be patient, and they also continue to be fans.
It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Griffin is out there with James Johnson. Then it's Mayo. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Booker in at the 3 spot. Mayo, that's good.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range.
Paul against Thomas. There's a good screen. Sullinger is screen on Paul. Thomas goes in. The 9-foot shot. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down. Paul kicks to Booker. Johnson dishes to Booker. Five to shoot. Can't get it to go. Now Boston takes it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
They needed a few extra minutes to get the W in that game, but they got it just the same.
I like the way they handled themselves in that overtime period, Greg. They had a whole lot left in their game in that extra period.
Boston shooting their first free throws of the night right here. Let's send it out to DB, who caught up with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
We talked about the difficulties of facing a player like Chris Paul, and he said that what makes Paul so incredible is his court vision. He explained that there haven't been many players like Paul who can pick a defense apart with both his passing ability and his patience in the offensive sets, saying really, he can just wait you out until he sees a weakness, and that's where he attacks.
Thank you, Doris. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
You know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
Boy, that's pretty harsh from you, Greg, but you're right. I mean, too many times we saw them slow to set up and get on D or late on their rotation, and they paid a big price for it.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good from Crowder. First quarter, just over a minute played. Boston on D. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the two-game season series from last year.
And, you know, they might not be in the same conference, Greg, but as with any top team, they want to show they can compete with the best teams out of conference, too.
The shot by Johnson, no good. The Celtics on offense. Sullinger passes to Thomas. Lets it go from deep. Boston again missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and it's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Paul kicks to Booker. He dishes it to Griffin. It's tipped and stolen by Zeller. Here's Sullinger. Plenty of space. The shot by Crowder, no good.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
It's stolen by Sullinger. Here's Newman. There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. That's good from Thomas on the assist from Crowder. Thomas got his first 2 points.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Paul against Thomas. Paul right side. Los Angeles with another miss. The Celtics have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Paul. Thomas kicks to Zeller. Griffin on the double team. The 15-footer, and that one's good. Zeller's got his first basket of the night.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Now here's Johnson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Good on the second free throw. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. It's stolen by Mayo. Over to the left wing. And it's Paul missing.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Crowder dishes to Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Newman the pass to Sullinger. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Now here's Paul, looking for his first basket still in this one. kicks it to Griffin. Clock at 4. Puts it up from 12. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Boston timeout call.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston.
Now coming on the court are your Celtics dancers. Give it up.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Jones checked in for Zeller, and it's Dunn in for Newman. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Dunn. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Pass, and there's the feed to Crowder. 6 to shoot. Here's Jones. Griffin with the steal. And now it's Mayo running. He can go all the way. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Mayo's got 5 points so far.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Here's Dunn, following the basket by O.J. Mayo. Here's Jones, takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Paul kicks to Mayo. Johnson dishes to Mayo. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. For Boston, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Paul against Thomas. Screen by Jones. And Thomas, here we go. And stolen by Booker. It's 2-on-1. And here we go. And they take the lead. That's 7 points for O.J. Mayo. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Los Angeles.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And stolen by Booker. The 3 from Johnson. Chandler with the rebound. Boston trailing. Right side, Thomas. He kicks it to Jones. Clock at 6. Fires for 3. Chandler, no good. L.A. is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
Mayo brings the double team. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Shot by Mayo is no good. And here we go. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Screen by Jones. Here's Thomas. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts. And here is Paul. 11 points for him in that last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
The rebound by the Celtics. Outside Thomas. Clock at 6. Screen by Jones. From outside the arc. Again, Thomas missing.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Boy, just a lovely dish by Griffin.
Here's Thomas. And the rebound goes to Griffin. And here they go. Off target at the rim. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Los Angeles on top, leading by just 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldogs. He talked about the challenge of making that decision.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left without knowing that it was a place that we were going to stay together and really commit to a process together. And I was sold on that, and I continue to be sold on it.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks bucked in his stockpile.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
Well, they've really been aggressive guys on defense, and it's paid off, so why stop? Keep it up.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Booker. Griffin is out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's Mayo, and it's Smith in at the 1 spot. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Dunn. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dunn's got his first points of the game. Crawford with the ball. Dishes it to Smith. Crawford passes to Griffin. 6 on the shot clock, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Austin with the ball. 4-point game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Stauskas kicks to Crawford. 6 on the shot clock. Outside for Griffin. Puts it up from 17. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
You know, right call. Gave the officials no choice there. I mean, they've got to make that call over the back.
Yeah, I mean, he went chest first into the man in front of him. My goodness. I'm not an official, and I could have gotten that one right.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Crowder. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They have repeatedly probed inside. And
as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Now, here is Smith. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Newman. To the left wing. Dunn passes to Sullinger. And that misses. That would have put him up.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
Now let's take a peek at the league leaders in scoring. Fourth, Blake Griffin.
There's no way you can light up the scoreboard with these kinds of numbers without help from your team. But averaging this many points per game takes a really special player, even with the best teammates in the world.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Celtics making a change here. Boozer's checked in. Jared Dudley's checked in for Los Angeles. Bielitsa comes in for Smith. And so he hits both. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Dunn. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Celtics have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kaminsky is checked in for Cauley Stein. Booker comes in for Jared Dudley. And Stauskas subbed in for Bielitsa. Both good from the line that time. Here's Crawford. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. He feeds it to Booker. Pass to Kaminsky. Shot clock at 6. The fadeaway. Sullinger with the rebound.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Newman, the pass to Crowder. To the middle. Here's Sullinger. Cans the 12-footer. And the Celtics lead by 2.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Out to the wing. The 17-footer. And the shot is good. And now a 4-point Celtic lead.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter, after only making 40% from the field in the first.
They set the pick. The dish to Stauskas. He's looking for Griffin and finds him, and he dunks it down.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
For Boston, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. And the shot's good from Crowder. Crowder's got the lead up to 4 now for the Celtics.
And, fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
11 feet away. No good. Now the Celtics take it the other way. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
A shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. And Jared Sullinger picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Griffin. Mayo comes in for Nick Stauskas. And Paul subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Paul with the 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Paul's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
You know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Celtics leading by 3. The shot by Chandler, wide open. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Johnson outside. Off the screen. Clock at 6. And Jones sends it back. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Double team on Thomas. So we will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Boston.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
Now here's Thomas. O.J. Mayo missing his last shot. Here's Boozer. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Now it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Now here's Paul. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Now the pass to Mayo. Here's Kaminsky. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Yeah, just used his strength there to get the post position without much fight from the defense.
Yeah, I think he's got to do a much better job next time of just bodying up. Get some muscle into him.
Here's Boozer. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
Paul outside. Johnson sets the screen for Paul. Johnson outside. Now here's Kaminsky, defended by Jones. Johnson dishes to Kaminsky. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Zeller, he's checked in for Boston. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Los Angeles. For Los Angeles, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. The free throw drops for Kaminsky.
This is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line right here.
And Thomas, here we go. Johnson with the block. Here's Mayo. Passes it to Johnson. Chandler with the steal. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Jones, that's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake, but they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
For Los Angeles, they had put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
How about O.J. Mayo in this one? He's got 10 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
So it's the Celtics now. 3-point lead. Feeds it to Chandler. Zeller against Johnson. And Zeller kicks to Chandler. They get it back. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got 8 points.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Kaminsky, the pass to Booker. He dishes it to Kaminsky. Off target with his 3. Thomas. The shot no good. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Celtics lead by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. They started to take control of the game in the second quarter and pulled away nicely, heading into halftime up by 5. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end, because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the visiting team.
Well, they could be ahead in this game if they were taking care of the boards. More possession means more scoring opportunities. Few rebounds either way could decide the outcome of the game. Ultimately, this game will come down to who wants it more.
Well, that's all for now, as it looks like the second half is just about ready to get started. Enjoy the rest of the game.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Jay Crowder, he's really been playing well.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something, because he looks a little faster today than normal.
Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Newman is out there with Isaiah Thomas, and it's Crowder in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. For Los Angeles, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. The first one falls. And so he makes both from the line. So it's Boston now. It's a 5-point game. And the jam by Tyler Zeller.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Outside Mayo. Griffin dishes to Mayo. Lets it go from 11. Rebound Boston. Zellinger's got his 4th rebound in this one. Boston leading by 7. Outside Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Here's Crowder. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 6 assists in the game.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Now here's Mayo. 12 points for him. Johnson kicks to Mayo. Got a piece of it. Left side, Thomas. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Goes up at the stripe. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Chris Paul picks up that one.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Celtics shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Both free throws good from Isaiah Thomas. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Now Paul outside Mayo. Kicks to Johnson. Thomas with the steal. Sullinger right side. Boston again missing.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
They need this. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from O.J. Mayo.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Here's Newman. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Dunn, he's checked in for Thomas. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Kaminsky's checked in. Los Angeles calls timeout. Boston leading by 10. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. A nice shot by Booker.
That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And, Clark, those steals allow you to play in the open floor.
Here's Dunn. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Frank Kaminsky picks one up. The Celtics have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. First free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. Los Angeles trails by 9, and Booker kicks to Mayo. Misses from close range. Now here's Crowder, defended by Paul. Over in the corner, Zeller. Down low. The shot by Sullinger, wide open. Booker pulls it in.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And the transition defense now, guys, non-existent, invisible.
Yeah, 3 straight fast break buckets here. The D seems to be sleepwalking.
Here's Newman. To the middle. Here's Zeller, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Paul passes to Kaminsky. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 8 points for Frank Kaminsky.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And the call will be against O.J. Mayo. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Jones checked in for the Celtics. Boozer comes in for Jared Sullinger. Here's Newman. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. He has 6.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Austin with the ball. O.J. Mayo getting it to go from deep. Dunn passes to Boozer. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And while we have a chance, here are the teams that have swatted away the most shots this season.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
And he makes good on the layup. Boozer's got 6 points.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And, boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
Wilson Chandler's checked in for Newman. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Johnson's checked in. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And that's his style right there. That's his game. He plays it as well as anyone. And when we get to crunch time, that's when he's at his best.
Now here's Chandler. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Jones. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Griffin with the ball. Hold, no one around him. And it's off from three-point range.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now here's Boozer. He has 6. Can't connect from the right block.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Here's Crowder. They lead by 4. Lets the 3 fly. Chandler, no good.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it. Whoa, that'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Here's Dunn. 5 points in the game. At the elbow, Jones. Out to Chandler. Just 5 to shoot. 17-foot shot on the way. And the jumper is good. Chandler's got his first 2 points of the night. Los Angeles trails by 4. Now here's Booker. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Here's Griffin. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Crowder after the basket by Los Angeles. 1:06 left to play here in the third. Boozer goes in. Down low. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got 10 points.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Celtics leading by 4. Chandler outside. Pass to Boozer. And that is good. 8 points for him.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Paul dishes to Mayo. Johnson outside. Mayo drives in. Crowder pulls it in.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Here's Paul. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results. Boy, a perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
And he makes the first but misses the second. And stolen by Biyombo. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Boston ball. Russ.
5 seconds left to play in the third. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. The shot is off. And we've reached the end of the third. Celtics out in front. They lead by 5. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Here's Booker. Moment here now for an injury report. For an update on Wilson Chandler's injury, let's go to Doris Burke.
Kevin, I was able to catch up with the Celtics head athletic trainer. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. The schedule becomes a real grind at this time of the year, and that injury is only going to make things harder on this team. Guys?
All right, Doris. We will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Cauley-Stein. Then it's James Johnson. Then it's Crawford. And it's Booker in at the point guard position. And the shot is good. 6 points for Willie Cauley-Stein.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Newman the pass to Thomas. Here's Newman. At the elbow, Sullinger. No good off the front iron.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
And Booker kicks to Johnson. And the shot is good.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those...
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Crawford outside. Inside, Cauley-Stein. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. The feed to Sullinger. Celtics passing it around, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
The Celtics making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. Here's Newman. Good on the shot. And the Celtics lead by 3.
You know, looking around, he knew one of his teammates was going to be open when they hit him with that double team, and he took advantage.
Booker dishes to Crawford. Ball stolen. Crowder the pass to Sullinger. Crowder with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. He was all alone on that one. And now a 6-point Boston lead. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you, because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I had a a chance to find out what Los Angeles' coach was going over with his guys. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
And he gets the bucket.
You know, I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
Crawford kicks to Stauskas. Back to Crawford. Here's the three. Crawford missing again. Celtics leading by 5. Outside Thomas. Lets a floater go. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Crawford outside. Here's Biyombo. The shot is off. Good D by Sullinger. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Can't connect from short range. Los Angeles trails by 7, and there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either.
Finishes to Biyombo. Pass to Dudley. It's tipped. And here's Crowder. Over to the wing. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got assist number 8 now on the night. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Here's Kaminsky. Offline with his 3. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 13-5 run. Ball going up court. Celtics leading by 9. Dishes it to Zeller. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
Zeller doing all sorts of things. He's got 8 points and a steal.
The first free throw is good, and it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And so Zeller nails both of them. Los Angeles trails by 11. Booker with it. Back to Johnson. Good D by Sullinger.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there. He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a time out there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
Here's Paul. Shoots from the elbow. No good. Excellent D from Thomas. And here's Boston. They're on a 17-5 run. Double team on Thomas. Here's Newman. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And Zeller kicks to Thomas. Second shot opportunity. And Sullinger lays it in. And the Celtics lead by 15.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Looking at the game for Paul, 9 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here, aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Los Angeles trails by 13. He feeds it to Booker. Pick by Griffin. To the middle. Off the pick. Crowder pulls it in. Crowder's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so ffar.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Sullinger, the open look. Makes a big height bounce and goes in. Sullinger's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Boston.
Clark, the biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
You know, I thought both teams worked hard at both ends, but sky-high field goal percentage and pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Excellent effort tonight.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. .56 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Double team on Thomas. Sullinger with the ball, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Newman, and Griffin sends it back. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
Well, that's where he's been doing all of his damage, and with a couple more from out there, we'll have a real ball game on our hands here.
That one goes. Counted. And the Celtics lead by 11.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
Now Thomas. O.J. Mayo missing on the 3. Here's Crowder. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Johnson outside. Not really his range, and it's off target. Here's Crowder. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Carlos, with another game tomorrow night and no day of rest, how does this team carry the momentum from this win tonight into a back-to-back game?
I think we'll be all right. We're a deep team. And for us, we just take it one day at a time. We did a good job tonight. We'll get our rest tonight, and then we'll get along all night.
Carlos, not a bad motto. Just take what's in front of you. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson again, folks, alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Time now to take a quick peek at our Jordan Player of the Game. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here. Let's go to Kenny. What'd you think about his performance?
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
You know what, Ernie? I must admit it. I didn't see this kind of performance coming from him tonight. He's been coming off a stretch of game where he just looked lost out there. To see him turn around this quickly, it's a nice surprise. Play after play, he was getting after it, making plays, and making it look easy.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.